When I was a kid, I was fascinated with ants. Maybe you share the same fascination, but when I go outside, even still today, I just love to watch the ants work. They work hard, they know what they're doing, they're focused. You could say that they are diligent in what they do. You see, the ants are an amazing example of diligence. They're such a great example that even Solomon, in all of his wisdom, uses them as an example of what it looks like to be diligent in the way you work and in what you do in your life. Look at Proverbs chapter 6, verses 6 through 11. It says, "Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief officer or ruler, she prepares her bread in summer, and she gathers her food in harvest. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will be upon you like a robber, and want like an unarmed man." You see, he uses the ants as an example of diligence because they don't have a ruler, they don't have someone who is telling them what to do, any chief, and yet every single day and night those ants go out and they are diligent in what they do. They are diligent in gathering their food in the harvest and storing it up for the winter. They know what they need to do in order to thrive, and so they do it. That's called diligence. You see, but we in our lives, we are very much tempted to be like a sluggard, or I like to use the word idle. We like to be idle with our hands. Many of us have the temptation to just go home, be in our houses, binge watch on Netflix, and get nothing done in our life. But we all understand the satisfaction that comes with the idea of doing stuff with our hands and working on things physically, right? Like when you start a project and you finish it and you step back. It's an amazing feeling. It's almost a spiritual feeling. You see, Solomon understands that there is wisdom in the way the ants work. There is wisdom in the fact that these ants are so diligent so that they thrive in life. And he's saying the same thing to us today. He's saying, go to the ant, watch them, look at their diligence. The ants will thrive because they do their work. But yet if you're idle, and the next day you're idle, and the next day you're idle, then poverty and some bad experiences are going to come next. And so I want to encourage all of us today that we need to go to the ant, not only physically in our lives, but also spiritually. Many of us are very tempted to just be idle in our spiritual walks. We're tempted just to think, oh, if I go on Sunday or if I watch this quick little 30-minute service online, that's going to fill me up spiritually speaking. But I want to encourage you to go to the ant, even in your spiritual lives. Go to the ant and be diligent to learn, to grow, and to move one step closer to God and others through Christ. I want to encourage you to be diligent in all you do, not only physically, but also spiritually speaking. And so take a moment to just go through the questions in this post, and I hope that you continue to go to the ant to be a motivation of how to be diligent in your life. Have a great day.